the toilet tissue at?
in my van. Call Kay on the phone. She on her way here. She want to pull that go. Tell her bring those rolls of tissues in.
Good morning. I mean, good morning. Good morning. Let me see if I have a number.
Well, Brandon got it. Somebody got it. Just have them call. She about to pull back in, so she'll get it before she jump out the car.
What I get?
Kay on the phone. Just tell her bring it, the tissue in.
You got it? Okay.
She not answering the call.
She don't know your call yet. Have Brandon call. She answer Brandon.
Yeah, she on the
She answer Brandon quicker than me.
Brandon be jamming on that train. I be trying to give him my all, but every time she kind of compliment my train, Brandon, you go Brandon, you heard Brandon come what's that playback number? She ain't never asked me for my playback number. Brandon get out there blowing and going, what's the playback number?
She hear you all the time.
That's the truth. And you know what? And our ability to recognize that, we're gonna grow better. Like some people, like, I don't want to talk to my people. You better let somebody talk to your people because your people ain't listening to you.
They gon' get mad at you. You better be trying to keep them around.
You better get over yourself. Yeah. So thank you
That's
for
why
training
I
my
don't keep
wife.
mine up under me like that.
Let them go where to go.
They get mad at us in a heartbeat, you know that.
That's right. That's right. So for where we're going, if we're gonna get where we want to go, we gotta position ourselves where if you're not a field trainer, that you become one, and then B, how to develop people that becomes field trainer underneath you, because after a while in the business, you want to see policies coming to your business that you didn't write. Does that make sense? And so some people may not want a gigantic business or whatever, but you do want some kind of business in place in case you get sick, you go in the hospital, whatever. Your income is not solely based on you. So having field trainers in place is everything. So what I found in the business is that typically for my business, if it's somebody that I personally train, they usually can go out and do premium on their own. They can also go out and recruit on their own, and they can go get licensed, get other people licensed on their own. And so whenever I field train somebody, I usually see those results. Now some people quit. Y'all understand that when people quit, they ain't got nothing to do with you, right? Mm-hmm. Quitters quit. I always say people don't win because of they upline. They don't lose because of they upline. You win or you lose not because of, but in spite of. Does that make sense? So if you want to really go see this thing happen, it's gonna be you the one that's gonna decide it. No matter what, you're gonna make it happen. It ain't got to do with nobody else. But when I field train somebody directly, they usually can come out doing those three things. What I haven't experienced a large degree of is that when I field train somebody, then they're able to do it once they field train somebody, or the people that they're field trained in able to do it. That's where the follow I see in my business is that yes, if I trained you, if I work with you, if I spend time with you,
We good.
you can do it. But once I field trained you and you start field training somebody else, where is your dog in the race? Does that make sense? Like, who have you produced that can do it like you without you? They may not be as good as you are, but at least they're respectable. Meaning they can at minimum do district numbers, 3 recruits, 2,500 in premium, and getting a quota month. That's what we want to fight to get people to. The second levels down, right? So if I think about if I got a district lead up under me or division lead up under me, who do they have up under them, right? The most effective I've seen in a long time, it being done is Dennis Love got Anita Thomas up under him. So that's the most effective I've seen it in a while. Like Anita Thomas goes out and produces 7,000 to 10,000 business every month on her own pen. She also gets 2-3 recruits every single month, right? She also getting people now a code, at least she gets somebody coded pretty much every month. That's the in a long time, that's just the first I've seen that I trained Dennis, but then Dennis trained somebody up underneath him that's totally independent and still bring back those results. And the results that I'm saying, that if a person is getting 3 recruits a month, they're doing at minimum 2,500 in premium, and they're getting at least 1 license code. To me, that's you successfully field train somebody. Or they blowing up the scoreboard? No, and listen, most people ain't gonna blow up the scoreboard. I want y'all to understand that. Most people are not gonna blow up the scoreboard. If a person can bring $2,500 and premium in a month, that's 4 or 5 policies. Man, if you got 10 people like that
That's right.
on your team,
That's right.
and you're an RVP, you're gonna make $250,000 a year. So you want the people that can go and give you some consistent numbers. They ain't gotta go be out here lighting up the scoreboard doing 10,000. When they do it, praise the Lord. But that's usually only about 1-2% of the people that gonna come out and do 10,000. So don't think 10,000 is the norm. 10,000 is not the norm in Primerica. Primerica is not built on having little people that do a lot of premium.
No.
It's built on a lot of people doing a little premium. Does that make sense? It's the best part-time opportunity in American business. So it's a lot of people doing a little premium, not a little people doing a lot of premium. And our understanding of that is what's gonna get us through. But we gotta keep people around long enough so they can be productive. So most of the challenge ain't that we can't teach them how to do it, it's keeping them around long enough to learn. Does that make sense? So I put down 10 key points that I'm going to go over this morning. And the first one is the simplest part. It's helping the person build a list. Like, see, when we get new agents and you want them to become a field trainer, remember, the biggest key is to keep them in the game long enough to become one.
That's right.
And if you don't start right out the gate
That's right.
with teaching these people how to go build a market list, you're not even giving them a chance to become a field trainer or you to have a chance to override them as a field trainer. Because override starts in your business not when somebody learns how to write premium. It's when they learn how to field train. That's when you stabilize a person in the business. When they understand the art of becoming a field trainer, anybody can write premium in their own warm market or stumble up on somebody at Walmart. Anybody can do that. But they're not stable in your business. They here today and they can be gone tomorrow. If you look at the foundation of George's business, the people that constantly produce on a month-to-month basis, and I'm saying in his hierarchy, not just his base shop, in his hierarchy, the people that you can count on to put the pen on the paper every single month is the people that's field trainers. That's who you can count on. The people who are producers, they know how to write an aptitude. We love them, but they're one bad charge back away from you never seeing them again.
That's right.
Because they haven't learned the business, and the business is to be able to field train. Because a field trainer can be out of business this month, and next month go do 20,000.
That's right.
Because they know how to go catch a fish, and that fish becomes now, see, when you catch a fish, field training is this. Building a business is this. When you catch a fish is your bait. Your fish ain't your food, your fish is your bait. That's why they say don't fall in love with recruiting, don't fall in love with the recruit. Your fish is your bait. That's what I'm going to cast back into the water because I will short. What is that? Or I'm going to say I'm after capturing the warm market. I want to capture your warm market. Does that make sense? So building a list properly with people, you got to master this. And I think one of the biggest challenges that we can have in this business is that we leave the new recruit to themselves when it comes to them building a list. They don't know how to build a list.
Nope.
Okay? So even if we talked about the abbreviated way to build a list, an abbreviation is just that. It's an abbreviation. This ain't the art of how to build a list. So when we say helping agent build a list, and we say do the quadrant, and we say that in the first one we put what? Family. How many family members we want? We want 6 families. Then we say we want 6 friends, right? And we want 6 co-workers. And then we want 6 people that's part of what? Organization. And then we also want 6 what? We added this. I went to Chicago. We want 6 couples. Does that make sense? So that's a top 30 list. But that ain't a built list. That's just an intro. It's just an introduction. That ain't no list. Those 30 names, out of those 30 names, how many of those 30 are you going to really see?
Maybe 3 or 4.
You ain't going to see a bunch of them.
Nope. That's
So
right.
that can't be what we call building a list. Now you get a new recruiter, you say go ahead and finish it. We start, they got 1 or 2 names in the family, 1 or 2 in the friends, 1 or 2 in the coworker, and then you wonder why they don't last. They see no reason to last. So if you're going to get to the point where you're going to produce field training, you got to start out the gate the right way. And you got to help them effectively build lists. And you got to accept the fact that as simple as building a list is in your brain, it's hard to build a list. These folks sitting at the table trying to think about who they should go see and what you think they're thinking about. They thinking who gonna get some insurance, who gonna join the business, so they add to their list or not adding to their list based on that concept. I think this person gonna get some insurance. I think this person won't. So you know you ain't gonna struggle to come up with 6 family members. Anybody can come up with 6 family members. Amen? Amen. But how many of y'all sat down with new recruits that put 2 or 3 down and act like they stuck?
That's it.
Because they trying to figure out who they gonna take you to see that might buy some insurance from them.
Right.
Because they don't know about building a list. They don't understand that we positioning you so you can go build a business. They think about who they gonna sell a policy to. Does this make sense to anybody? Mm-hmm. So that's why we gotta sit with them and be like, here, finish this up and come back and see me. Okay, how that been working for you? Finish the list and come back and see me. How has it been working?
It don't work.
It don't work. See, the challenge in business is when you bump your head, get your hickey, but make sure you don't go bump into the exact same wall again.
So how do you roll that on the language?
On the language,
so make them not think that.
Might not say so. That's a good question. Yeah. See, so you gotta guide the court. Does that make sense? You gotta guide the court. So listen, Angie, I gotta go train you, and I train you with people that you know. So when you mess up, it ain't no big deal. But I'm gonna take this in a process, Angie, and I need you to follow this process. In order for this to work the way we need it to work, I need you to follow this process. So we're gonna start with 6 of your family members, because Angie, that's where you're real comfortable. And when you first get started, I need you to be real comfortable.
They're still thinking
right.
about life insurance.
No. Let me finish.
Okay.
Get down, because they only think about life insurance because that's all we talk about. See, at this juncture, I ain't talking about no life insurance no more. Does that make sense? I'm talking about getting you trained and getting you developed. I need you to walk through this system so that you can get trained properly. So, Angie, I need 6 of your family members. Give me 6 family members and let you come and mess up on them. So I said, have her do what?
Give me 6 family members that you can mess up on.
That you can mess up on. I ain't talking nothing about no life show. I'm talking about 6 people that you would allow me to go so you can go mess up on them. Yeah. That makes sense? And then Angie, at this point, you're real comfortable. But after this, I want to go see 6 of your friends. Because at this point, see, your family members, you're going to watch me talk. Your friends, I'm going to start watching you talk. And I need this to be your friends because your family members, you've known 20, 30 years of your life. Your friends, we still kind of try to impress. So I need you to kind of have a little nerve but get through it anyway. So we're going to start seeing your friends, and I'm going to start talking, but I'm going to incorporate you. So we need 6 of your friends. And again, you're not going to have it down packed. That's why you first start out, the first 12 people we see is your family and your friends. So we want to move you from being excited about the business and learning it to over here I want to see 6 of your coworkers, because at this point I expect you to have a little competence about yourself. We've been on 12 appointments. I want you to be a little bit competent. Now when we're in front of your coworkers, you don't want to embarrass yourself, right? So we go in this order so it start giving you enough experiences that by the time we get to your coworkers where you're not that comfortable, you kind of know what you're doing. Does this make sense to you, Angie? She said, yes. Okay, so now we're going to see 6 of your coworkers. By this time now, you're doing the whole 6 pages. Or we do 3 now, but if you need to pick it back, you know how to do all 6. Right, so now you're doing the entire presentation, and I'm closing it out with the dime, but Angie, I need you to go into this sequence. Why? Because I want to move you from very comfortable to kind of comfortable to a little bit uncomfortable, and then when we get to your organizations, your church members and things like that, right? At this point, you should be back to your comfort level. But you'll be back to your comfort level because over time, you became and you built what? Confidence. We did this now 18 times together, Angie. We did this 18 times together, and it's important that that you explain it like this so they can understand the stages in which we're going in. Does that make sense? This ain't about you selling life insurance or investments. We're going to do that. This is about teaching you what? How to become a field trainer. See, this is the language that we got to talk to people about. This is the sequence that we got to go through. And when I get to the friends, you got to make sure that by the time you get to that 7th appointment, that this new recruit is starting to do some of the talking. See, I see people that recruit people in the business, and they've been on 6 or 7 appointments, and the new recruit ain't said nothing. See, it lets me know that person who's training them is not really a competent field trainer, because they're not field training. All they're doing is getting sales. Yeah. See, if you only thinking about sales, you won't develop any field trainers. You don't develop them because you're afraid if they start talking, you might not get the. You might not get the. See, that's all you focus on. You think it's too short term. Hey, miss a sale and build a person. Miss a sale, build a person. Because they come to become a field trainer, how many sales they gonna end up doing long term? You can't even count them. So you gotta be okay with letting them maybe missing a sale. Does that make sense? So if you get down here to the 7th appointment and they ain't start talking, you are sales oriented and you're not trying to build a business. Now, am I saying you shouldn't get sales? No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is that you don't want to be a salesman until you die. So you got to start developing people to become the salesperson. Ryan had been in the business. I know him and Dennis. I went on a couple of appointments, but when the first one I went with I let him start talking. And to my dismay, he did the whole presentation. I just planned on him doing a page or two. We're going to see your pastor. He sat there, and I was going to let him do a page or two because I'm like, okay, he might not be good enough to get no sales yet, but I'm going to find out. And he just kept going. I got back to the car cameras. I said, man, that dude good. I was shocked. He did the whole 6-page, did the dime, everything. This is about his 3rd appointment. I think it was the 3rd or 4th. See, you don't know, but you got to go find out. So you build that list, and you build the list, and you explain to them how the sequence is going to work. So back when we get to your 19th appointment, Angie, by this time now, you should be back at your comfort zone because you had enough experience to build your confidence, and you gathered enough information to be competent. See, the field training process is getting a person where they're confident and competent. That's all it is. And you can't build their confidence nor their competence if they don't go through those stages.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you build the list, and if you explain it this way, they know why they need to put those names down. And then now I need 6 couples. So now we got a top 30 list. Is that a pretty good list?
Yeah.
But how many do we need on there minimally? We need 100. See, a person ain't gonna be around on the top 30 list. They not. They're a couple, I can't see you this week away from you never seeing them again. That's all you got is 30 names to work with. So those 30 names, after about the 2nd week in the business, the people either gonna see them or they're not gonna see them. You got 30 names. See, if I go build a list of somebody with 30 names, the first week we might get 7 to 10 appointments. About 2 or 3 of them gonna reschedule. Right. They're gonna try to get them back next week. Yep. Some of the other people ain't answered their calls. But see, you only got 30 to work with. And you got to make sure that if you're going to develop a field trainer, that you got to put them in a position that they got enough stock in the lake. Y'all ever went to a lake and went to go fishing, and after a while you gathered that they didn't restock that lake. They did not restock. Ain't no. You been out there for 5 hours, ain't nothing big. That lake didn't get restocked. There's not enough to work with. Right? So you got to make sure that you understand that you ain't out here sitting out 5 or 6 hours. You sit up and wait on these new recruits to get something, and the lake ain't stocked. See, you control. You the one that stocked the lake. The new recruit don't stock the lake. You stock the lake. And the way you stock the lake is effectively getting that deal built up. That make sense? So from here, when they go to the family, friends, co-workers, ex-co-workers, you got to start, and now you got to go build the what? Family tree. See, if you're going to build an effective list with somebody so they can have a shot to become a field trainer so that you can experience overrides. If you ain't experiencing overrides, it just means one thing. It don't mean that you ain't got no eggs up under you. It's you don't have no field trainers up underneath you. Most of my overrides come from a field trainer, not somebody who got licensed. See, I know who's going to definitely put some cash on the books every month. I know who those people are. I know who I'm going to get paid off every single month. And I know about how much I'm going to get paid off of them. Because they field trainers. Agents, I don't know. If they bump into somebody and they get lucky, right, we might get an override off of them. But they bumped into somebody and they got lucky. The people you can count on is ones that are taking somebody across the kitchen table to see their mom and them. Those are the ones that's going to produce every single month. So it's essential that you become or develop field trainers. But how you think in your psyche is going to determine if you ever develop field trainers. And in my psyche, I have to go make sure that if I want Ryan to just come to business to ever become a field trainer, Ryan got to give me 30 just to get him started, and I got to turn that 30, I got to turn that 30 to 100. If I'm not, what I'm saying when he's sitting down there is that he ain't going to become a field trainer, so I'm not going to override him long. Think about all the people in your business that's no longer here. How many of them actually became field trainers? Think about that. Every now and then you'll lose a field trainer, but for the most part, the stability of your business is people who became field trainers.
Right.
Make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, so to the family tree. So, right, we want to ask, who's your mama? Right? That's the first thing. I'm going to build a family tree. Who's your mama? So, if I say, who's your mama, then you give me your mama name. So, my mama name is Cookie. Now, we do this. And some people say, all right, right now, I've seen this before. George told me a long time ago, he's telling me, I already know that, George. I already know that. One day, he got so sick of me saying it. He said, right now, you don't know it. I said, I do. You said it last week. He said, you still don't know it. Because he said, if you ain't doing it, you don't know it. You do what you know. If you know it, you'll be doing it. So hearing it don't mean you know it. Do it means that you know it. Like you conceptualize it in your mind. And now you implement it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? So my mama name is Cookie. Then I said, okay, my mama name is Cookie. And then the first thing I want to know is, how many sisters do Cookie have? Right? And then Cookie, I put Donna, and I put Candy, and I put Jamie, and I go down all my sisters, my mama's sisters. Are they mama's sisters? Then I want to know, who's your mama's brothers? Right? And then she got 2 brothers. So Rodney, Michael, right? We put down 2 brothers. So now I got a list, this 30 list just to turn to 40. Something like that. Or 35. But then I want to know now, on your aunties, how many of them got grown kids? Boom, boom, boom. And so now I'm standing up because I started with my mama, who's her sisters, who's her brothers. Now I'm going down to her grown kids. So each one of these aunts and uncles got at least 3 kids each, right? That's the average in our community. They got about 3. So now I turned the list from a 40 list to a 60, 70 list. Mm-hmm. See how easily we're going to get to a top 100? See, but you got to take the time to go do this. You can't be like, come back and bring that back when you get done. Call me when you get finished. No, you got to sit there and you got to walk them through this. Because if you don't put inventory in front of them, they going fishing in a lake that's not stocked. It's not stocked. How excited are you about going fishing and you know the lake ain't stocked? How excited can you get? Oh, we going fishing this morning. We can't wait. How many of y'all get excited about that? See, that's what you ask your new recruit when they see 10 people that they got on their list. All they got their 911 list. I got my 911 list. We can call all 10 of them. We got 2 appointments. The other 8 ain't answering my call no more because the 2 that we did see told them what it was about. Y'all act like y'all know that happened.
That's true.
Yeah. But if you got a top 100 list, that's a different story.
Right.
Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So I got my mom's sister, I got my mom's brother, I got their grown kids. Mm-hmm. Now I'm in the top 50, 60, 70 list, right? Then I want to know who the daddy is, right? Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy what? Sisters? Who's the daddy's what? Brothers, right? And how many grown kids they got? See, now I'm at about 90. I'm at a top 90 list, and all I got is my mama and my daddy, plus my mama's sisters and my mama's brothers, and now I'm almost at a top, what, 90 list. And I never asked who was my mama's best friend. See, my mama got a best friend named Vanessa. See, that's my mama's best friend. I got to build this because how many of y'all know y'all mama's best friend? Mm-hmm. How many of y'all mama's best friend will give you an appointment? Yep. How many of your mama's best friend, you probably know their kids too? How many of their kids will give you appointments too? But the new recruit ain't sitting back thinking about this when you say build a list. They don't know what they're doing, and you got to accept that. The new recruits don't know what they're doing. So you got to help them what? You got to help them do it. Does that make sense? Right. Don't expect somebody to stay around, become a field trainer, and the hardest part or the most important part of the business, stocked in the lake, you leave that up to them. You leave the most toughest job to the most incompetent person. They can't stock the lake. Too much depend on it. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure that we get this in there. Who's your mama's best friend? It's Vanessa. How many kids she got? She got 2 grown kids. So I want to go see my mama's best friend. Now, who's my daddy's best friend? Because I still want to build this out, man. My daddy's best friend is Tyrone. Right? And then if I want to grow even deeper, I want to know who my uncle's best friend is. Because I know who my uncle's best friend is. My uncle's best friend is a guy named JoJo. JoJo got 2 grown kids. See, I know this stuff.
So we leaving people with a bunch of fish on the side of the water instead of in the water. That's why they dying.
Right.
That's why they never get to the point of becoming a field trainer, because we don't stock the lake right from up front. And that's what we gotta go do. We gotta go back and stock our own lake.
That's right.
See, some of us still never did this on ourselves.
Right.
Some of us got family members that you could turn over and shake upside down and somebody can write a policy on. You can't write no policy on nobody in my family. You can't do that. And if you do it just because they decided they weren't gonna do business with me, but they sure seen the presentation. They sure heard the conversation. You're not gonna go write up, you can't go write a policy on nobody in my family. Find one. You can't find one. I'm telling you, you can't. I shook the lake. Dry. It's dry. It's empty. There's nothing in that lake. No point in you recruiting. No, you can recruit one of my family members. Now, they may believe they can follow you than me. Some of them believe they can do what I do. But you ain't writing no policy. I didn't wrote them all. Does that make sense? So don't leave your new recruit in a position where they didn't write them all. And if they didn't write them, it's because they just wanted to be stuck. Now Ursula wrote my uncle. But it wasn't because he didn't see my presentation. Her legs looked nicer than mine. The only reason she wrote it, but he seen my presentation. You better believe that. Does that make sense? So help them to stock the lake. We get it? Well, my second point is 90 days. Don't read that off. How did I word that?
First 90 days that they're in business, call them day of the meeting. Don't text so that they make it.
So say the first 90 days, it didn't say text them. It didn't say rely on the group me. The first 90 days, it says you should what? You see, the personable side of this business we've gotten away from.
Yes, we have.
Technology is good, but sometimes technology hurts and cripples us.
Yes.
Because we rely on group me. Now, let's just be honest. I'm going to be first. How many of y'all group me is on mute? All right, so we got about, most of y'all ain't, my group me is on mute. I don't hear the dings. I don't hear the dings. Because it drives me crazy. But I check my group me probably every, what'd you say? How often I check my group me?
Every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes I'm checking. But I want to check in, I don't want to check in me. It'd be like, ding, ding. I see, we got about 15 group meetings. We got our team, we got George's team, we got the ALC, we got 50 Charles, we got 15 group meetings. All of them always bigger. I mute them all. But my point is, most agents, they mute them all. So they don't even know. Your new prospect, you begin in the business, how many of y'all had somebody call you, what's all these dings? Take me out the group. How many of y'all had somebody do that before? Yeah, it'd be too much. So even some of them, because we celebrate, we write policy. I think you should do all that. Somebody put in the policy on your team, they'd be like, yeah, because people work for praise, appreciation, and then praise, appreciation, recognition, and what's last?
Money.
Money's last. If y'all work for money, we be doing 200,000 do first. You know what I'm saying? The people don't work for money. They work for praise, recognition, and appreciation. Right? So I ain't saying don't put the stuff in group me. You need to be light that group me up. Tagging your team, putting pictures with them. I think that all that creates momentum, and it also makes the people who ain't doing nothing a little nervy. Man, I want my name called, we'll go do something. It makes sense? So you want to create that, but my point is that they get immune to the group me, because if I'm going to post every time somebody calls a policy, then we put 3 or 4 extra group me's in there a day, then some people stop paying attention to group me. Does that make sense? So I got to make sure that I'm personable. So if I got a new recruiter business, Brandon, he just joined my business. The first 90 days, we got our meeting on Monday. We got our meeting on Saturday or training on Saturdays. Y'all know I'd rather do training on Saturdays. Y'all know that, right? We should do interviews. Y'all get some people we'll do our meeting, but I love training on Saturday. But anyways, if we get new people, we'll do our meeting. But not for one. You got to have what's our number, Brandon? 3 to 5? Got to be at least 3 to 5, and then we'll do our meeting. I'll never take a minute back. But my point is, if I call Brandon and say, hey, Brandon, man, we got training in the morning. I'll just call to make sure, man, that you're good. Is there anything particular you wanted us to cover? I look forward to seeing you. See, now Brandon probably was laying in the bed thinking he ain't coming. But when he got a call from his upline, his recruiter, now the group me tells me he going to roll over and not pay no attention to. But if I call Brandon, guess what Brandon probably going to be? In that meeting. So if he did that for 90 days, by the time he get to his 91st day, it's probably a what?
Habit.
Probably a habit.
Right.
But who gotta help them create that habit?
We do.
We do. So people don't wanna come to the meeting. After I was talking to George the other day, I said, man, our meeting attendance is low. Especially for my team. My team do not be coming to the meetings. Right now, Kansas City people, they damn, Matt in the field, they gotta get a bunch of people to the meeting. They not do that. But to Kansas City see us twice a month. So it's an honor. It's a privilege. St. Louis, they can see us whenever we want to see them, and plus, and then we do an hour conference call every morning. I was telling George, so that might be what's affecting our attendance. We train them every morning from 8 to 9. And they like, we got everything we know. So they don't probably show up no more, right? So we gotta go work to go fix that. But my point is that your first 90 days when there's a new person, you gotta train them to have the behaviors that you need them to have. We need you to be showing up at the training. So I'm gonna call you every now and then. I'm saying, hey, listen, let's meet at that McDonald's before. So if it's a Monday night, most people got up work at 5, they went home, they got comfortable, they closed off. No, they ain't trying to come back out on Monday night. But if they gonna meet you, at McDonald's, guess what they gonna probably do? They gonna come to the meeting. They gonna meet you at McDonald's, and you can adjust that phone up and down too, maybe.
That's when okay.
Yeah.
Last time you said it was gonna pop off,
I'm technically inclined. Okay. All right. So call them the first 90 days. All right. Yeah, I like when I record, I like to be close up on me. Then people feel like they involved. You know, the further you're away, they feel like they ain't a part of it. Yeah. Yeah. She got to. Yes. Yeah. All right. So first 90 days, make sure you're calling them, making sure that they where they're supposed to be. Master the art of the 2-minute conversation. How you doing? Man, how your day going? Man, our future gonna be bright. Man, what's some things you got going on this week? You know what I'm saying? That's my technician. All right, so what was I saying?
We back.
2-minute conversation.
Yeah, master the 2-minute conversation. You got to master the art of the 2-minute conversation. So how's your day? What you got going? Our future gonna be bright. What's some of the things that you're doing to position yourself that your business is gonna move to the next level? All you're doing is waking up, putting their business on their mind. See, if they're gonna stay in the business, become a field trainer, it's gonna be because of your efforts, the things that you're doing. You want to get them. Always keep, as we say, begin with the what? With the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. Right? So all you do is it's like a newborn baby. Y'all know how y'all is when y'all pop them babies out. When y'all pop them out, you want to hold them, you want to nurture them, you want to make sure they get fed. You put them, they on timers and all kind of stuff. You know about when they're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and all that stuff. You get the bottle store warming up. I know he got to be ready because she gonna be fussing. That milk got to be warm. See, it's like that with a new recruit. You got to be talking to them. You got to be nurturing them. You got to keep them things close. You got to wrap. See, we used to wrap up Riot in a blanket. I don't know why they had to do this, but they didn't want her to move. Like, we had to wrap the thing so tight, like she was, I don't know what, they didn't even say normal.
They feel in the morning when they first born.
Yeah, well, that's what they had us to do, right? They kept them real tight where they couldn't get out and roll over her. They couldn't do nothing. That's how you kind of want to be with your brand new recruit when they first get started. Man, they got to be here. You got to be tight with them. Does that make sense? Because this is new to them. They don't know what to do. You assume, okay, man, you recruit me. Okay, man, meet me at 7 o'clock. What that mean to them? That means nothing to them. But you know what means everything to them? You pick up that phone and you call them. You show them that you care about their success. And now they want to what? Impress you. Some new recruits just going to come to the meeting just to impress you. Does that make sense? Say things like, man, I want you to sit down and talk to the RVP for 5 minutes after the meeting. You got to do stuff like that and then set up and make sure you let the RVP know. I got a new recruit. I told him I was going to have you talk to him for about 5 minutes after the meeting and position you to where they need to be, right? Because they think the meeting just going to be boring. And it probably is. But the boring things is what makes us money. It makes us rich. It makes us money. So we just got to go train them to come and listen to the boring crap. Number 3, continue with the bro system. Beneficiary rollover. That's the bro system. We riding in this morning and Keanu reading. She said, what is the bro system? And she's like, you don't know the bro system? I guess we use that term that much. That's beneficiary rollover. Continue the beneficiary rollover. See, after a while, we get into just bad practices. We go on appointments and we don't do beneficiary rollovers. We don't even get them no more. We be wondering why we ain't got no appointments the next weekend. When we sit back and say, we didn't even do the things that we've been taught to get appointments. If you're going to develop somebody to become a field trainer, yes, you build a top 100 list. But if you're doing a beneficiary rollover, that 100 list turns to 200. That 200 turns to 300. See, the only way you're going to develop a field trainer is you got to get up in a position where they're continuing to be trained. And after they continue to be trained, they position themselves to start training people. But if you ain't doing beneficiary rollovers, referrals, emergency contacts, you can't keep them in the game long enough to even get good. Cause what ends up happening is they around, they come into meetings, and after the meetings, they can't go implement none of the stuff that they learned, so after a while, it's just gonna get old. I just keep coming to meetings, they keep on talking, okay, we get a little preaching, but at the end of the month, I ain't made no money. But see, that be happening because we ain't implementing what we supposed to be implementing. I gotta make sure that the choo-choo train stay on the track. Right. And the way you keep the choo-choo train stay on the track is that you gotta keep them somewhere, you gotta keep them where the wheels can keep on rolling. Don't nobody wanna be a part of something that's standing still. Does that make sense? So you gotta make sure that when you go to the appointment, I went on an appointment the other day, I'm not rusty, I haven't been out the field that much. I just made a decision, I'm going back in the field, I'm gonna do 10 minimum appointments every week. But I was rusty. I still closed about 1,500, but that day, but I was rusty. So I realized when I got home that I didn't get the beneficiaries. I wrote the two that they, got to put on the policy. But one was that, the husband and the wife, they was each other beneficiary. Then they got the mama, the same mama. They ain't got a mama on his side and her side, the mama. One they got the same mama. When I got home, I'm thinking about the new recruit that I'm training. I said, man, I didn't show him how to continue in this business. So I called him and said, we had to call this client, I made a big mistake. I didn't get the beneficiary, I didn't get the emergency contact. We got him on the phone, we got the beneficiary, we got the emergency contact, and now we said, man, that's 5 more points right there for you. What you think he felt? He felt good, he felt excited. Because I'm helping him to continue. See, now if every appointment that we go on, I can just make sure I'm sending him to at least 3 to 5, ain't I keeping him around long enough? Yeah. He only controls his schedule on the first 7 to 10 appointments. I control it after that. So you talking about keeping him around, you got to run the beneficiary play. Not just so you can get in front of more people, not just so you can make money. I want to control my new recruit schedule. See, I sat down with a lady yesterday, I said, I want to know what days you're available. We need to be doing 7 to 10 appointments a week. What days and time frames are you available? Now, she gave me her times. When she get off work, she gave me her days that she's going to be available to work with me. Now she got no more control over her schedule. I control her schedule now. Because once we set our first 7 to 10 appointments, after that, every appointment that's going to be set, guess who's setting them? Me. I'm just telling them for the beneficiary I'm filling gaps up, right? We're going to be still working that top 100 list, but I'm controlling that schedule to make sure I can go develop me a field training. If you don't want to, if you ain't interested in nothing but sales, you're going to make sure that you can keep some activity to develop a person into a field trainer. And don't say that they ain't setting no appointments. They don't like setting appointments. You don't either. You ain't waking up saying, ooh, I can't wait to get on the phone and call some people. So don't start convincing yourself that your new recruit feel any different. They don't like to set appointments, right? No. Nobody's ecstatic about that. We was in our back office and we figured out how to do this child conversion stuff. People that kids turn 25. Ran up, opened up the thing, I got 20 of them in there. And I was like, ooh, this is about $10,000 a premium.
And that's a single pay.
And one single pay, I didn't know single pay, that made it even better. I'm ready to go fill out everything. But they got 20 of them in there. And I got a starter call. I said, come here, look at this, look what we got. And I showed her the 20. And then after that, all my excitement went away.
Yeah, he was telling us, oh, babe, I'm finna call all that information right here.
I called one.
And he rolled over.
And I went back to bed. I wasn't excited about calling no 20 people on no Saturday. I was not, whatever day it was, Thanksgiving Day. I can't call 20 people. I don't care, I'll be ruthless. Like, you Thanksgiving.
Walmart is open.
Yeah, your kids don't got no insurance no more. But nobody wants to set up appointments. Does that make sense? Right. So you got to help them. I got the beneficiary rollover going on right there from that house. I'm controlling Lamika's schedule. She's a brand new recruit. She got me to her mama. Her mom made a beneficiary, 2 beneficiaries, 3 emergency contact. Now Lamika got 3 more appointments coming for next week. She don't get to tell me when she going to appointment. Because I need her to go see at least 20 appointments, 30 appointments, so I can get her to being a what? But she can't become a field trainer if all I did is work off a top 10 list.
That's right.
Or a top 30 list, she ain't gonna never become no field trainer. It don't matter about how many names on a piece of paper, it's how many appointments you're gonna go see.
That's right.
And so when do you take control of that? Does that make sense? Point number 4, choose your battles. Choose your battles. Some of y'all fighting and arguing with new recruits way too much over stuff that doesn't even matter. We arguing about this, we arguing about that. You gotta choose your battles. And when I say you're the one that's gonna be in this thing long term. And you want to be in this thing long term so you can override some folks. Some stuff you got to learn how to just ignore. It doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, but we spend all our time, all our energy arguing with them about stuff that doesn't even matter long term. And you know what I found? That we be arguing with them about something that normally would probably even help us. Now the catch myself a couple times arguing with a new recruit about because they want to go try to do a seminar by themselves. Then I say, I'd rather them be doing a seminar by themselves than no seminar being done at all. I had an agent call me and say, they gonna go mess up per market name. I said, they way too late for that. We got 41 years of people doing that. I ain't sitting up to be worried about her. She know how to explain the Rule 79. People in the audience don't know no difference. I said, but the worst thing can happen, she may end up with a recruit. She may end up with a sale. I can't be sitting up here trying to worry about nothing. I can't worry about none of that. Go get them, Tiger. I need 10 people that's trying to figure out how to throw a seminar. And if I can make all 10, I'm going to be in all 10. But if I can't, go get them, Tiger. That's cold market stuff. I ain't trying to worry about controlling their cold market. They just taking shots at the basket. I want the warm market. So anything you trying to create and do with the cold market, have at it. Because I got some people that ain't that they know everything and ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Right? I used to put that in one of my points is that ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. We got some people that know everything and ain't doing nothing. Now we got some people that don't know nothing that's trying to do everything. I'll take that. Give me some ignorant people that's just out here trying to kill it. Go mess up. You know what I'm saying? All we're saying is you got to go slop it up, man. Let them people slop it up. They trying some way, the way I figured out how to do primary is I had to figure out how not to do it first.
Right.
I had to figure out how not to do it. But in figuring out how not to do it, I made more in a year than most people made their whole career, and I was figuring out how to do it wrong. So leave the people alone. Let them go and do their thing. Celebrate them. Hallelujah, girl. Ooh, how'd it go? Didn't go too good. See, the second thing that happens is they realize they need you. Because some of them just be trying to run too fast. Let them run. Don't slow down on a runner. It's too hard to get somebody trying to run. All of a sudden, you're trying to hold them back. No, girl, don't take it. No, take off. And if they take off and maybe they trip and they fall, they'll come back and ask you how they could have did it better. But sometimes the baby got to scrape her knee. Like we keep screaming at Ryan. Stop running. Stop doing this. So some kind of way in the house of Thanksgiving, she decided she's going to climb up the pole in the house or something. And she did. I was seeing a spider woman. I didn't know it was a spider woman, but she's the first spider woman. So she sticks her leg in between the pole and the wall, the little beams that we got. She sticks her leg in between it, and it was fat at the bottom, but as she started climbing up, it started getting skinny.
No, the other way around.
So now her leg's stuck. Now she want to cry and scream. We've been telling you to stop the foolery all morning. She wouldn't listen, but now she climbed up the pole and her leg stuck, and now she want to scream. I said, no, before I even have to get out, I gave her a lecture right while she was still feeling that pain. Yeah, I did. I ain't go right into rescue mode. My mom was like, come here, baby. Like, oh, I'm going to talk to her first. This is the only time I'm going to get her attention. She's stuck between the wall and tears coming down her eyes. You know, sometimes God got to put you flat on your back so you can look up.
That's it.
That make sense?
Yes, sir.
And I said, listen, we've been telling you to stop all this all morning, haven't we? Yeah, stop the crying, haven't we? Yes. Okay, now that I got your attention, this is stuff that happens when you don't listen to your parents. Okay. And then we figured out how to put her back to the fat point, and then we pull her legs out. And I ain't talked to her no more. How many of y'all know she ain't gonna climb that pole no more? Sometimes you gotta let them climb the pole.
Yeah.
And then it keeps you from having to argue and fight all the time. Let them bump their head. It's okay. They live to see another day. Does that make sense? I never see when I think about it. I'm glad I don't like her doing that stuff, but I'm glad she ain't scary.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna be 15 telling my daddy, hold my hand so I can cross the street. Y'all laugh, but some of y'all recruits 90 days in the business, 120 days in the business, you still gotta cross the street with them. They still calling you to go on appointments 90 days later because no, let them go. See, I just trick my recruits. They be like, we got an appointment. I'm like, okay, what time is it? Where is it at? All right. And 1 minute before the appointment, I was like, you got to take this one. And you ready too. You got this. Go on in. Call me back when you come out because I had something to come up. And they end up doing it on their own. Yeah, that's what I do. They don't, and you know, yeah, I'm coming. Okay, yeah, I'm coming. I ain't never coming. Cause at some point I gotta figure out, me and you both gotta know if you can do this. Me and you both gotta know. You've been over 120 days. I don't field train past 30 days. I field train you past 30 days. This ain't rocket science. This DIME. It's insurance. You're gonna die. This is not rocket science. Listen. If you miss a sale, you should get in the car and figure out how you could have did it better. Me going with you ain't gonna never bring you to that point. Cause see, you get intoxicated on me doing it. You get intoxicated that you made a sale because I went. No, call me with the big fish. We gonna fry those together. But you this is the goldfish stuff you trying to take me to. I ain't going there. Take me to pastor. That makes sense? Take me to the pastor. Take me to the dean of the college. Take me to the one that's over the community center. Take me to those type of people. I'm not going for you to see Becky. No. You go see Becky and tell me how it went. Does that make sense? So you gotta let them go. Choose your battles is my point though. I don't know how I got off all knowledge, but you gotta choose your battles. Yeah, I'll tell you, we argue people about them going down on point. Let them go. Let them have at it. And if you still want to go, right, here's the thing about it is, sometimes you just gotta go so you can assist them and help them to get better, right? And sometimes you can't split the sale because you did that. Like sometimes you gotta go and not split the sale. Right? I know we taught that you ain't gonna go on your own unless we split the 99. That's one of those ones that's trying to get you going all of them. Yeah, you split them because that encourages them for you not to be there. But sometimes they just need you to go because it's a big fish. Somebody that they can't get on their own. Sometimes you gotta take your override. It ain't no override if I was there. I know, I understand, but see, if they seeing you doing it, right? You let them talk a little bit. You're building their confidence and talking around big fish. Some people get intimidated because they're talking to the pastor. So they may need to see you talk with the pastor. And you let them chime in. You don't do all the talking. Does that make sense? You give them a couple base points that they can talk from. And you keep building on that. So anyway, choose your battles wisely. Don't be arguing, fussing, and fighting over new recruits over stuff. Because they start to resent you. They don't want to be around you. Sometimes they can be dead wrong. They say something they have no business saying. Right? Sometimes you just got to say amen. See, we too quick that we want to check people. You can be right and be wrong at the same time. Y'all ain't never heard that happen. You can be right and be wrong at the same time. You right because you was right in your principle, but you wrong because you didn't think about your long-term future. This person that you want to override don't like you. Let me say this again. This person that you want to override don't like you. So guess what they start feeling? I ain't writing no business because I don't want you to get paid. Now, they realize if I don't get paid, they ain't either. That's true. But we could be holding on to that. We could be saying all that. If you ain't get paid. All that's true. It's true.
It is.
But you don't win because you're right. If they don't write no business because they mad at you, you're losing.
That's right.
They probably would have been around for another year or two if you just stopped arguing with them.
Yes.
Right.
I be trying to figure out. Now this one don't require me to say nothing. Can't let me just get mad at you. You be too soft on them. You don't be correcting people and all that. No. If every day I'm correcting you, you trying to avoid me.
Yes.
I don't need you avoiding me. I try to say something across and all let them just do it, and they'll still see. Because you can't just keep telling them. Keep telling them. You just gotta let them go and do it. You argue with them, man. They start resenting you and feeling the way. They say you think you know everything. And they be right about me. I think I know everything about primary. I really be feeling that way. So they ain't wrong. I be thinking that. Then I figure out next week I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? But I do be feeling like I know everything. You probably gotta understand that. You think you know everything. When it comes to you talking to your recruit, now you know you don't know everything, but when you talking to a downline, you think you know everything. And they think that about you. You gotta leave these people alone. You gotta let them go. You gotta stop fussing and arguing with them where they resent you. I be wanting all my new recruits to love me. All of them. Because when they don't be loving me, I'll be almost losing them. And your downlines is gonna pay your bills forever. I don't want people that support my income angry at me. I know they say, well, they ain't gotta be your friend, the overrider. You ain't big enough to talk like that. Charles can say that. Charles ain't gotta talk to Columbus. Columbus got a business paying him $700,000 a year. Charles ain't got to talk to Columbus has a hierarchy. He ain't going don't worry, but you taking that attitude, and you taking that attitude with your districts. You a regional. You taking that attitude with your district. You better make up. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want you waking up in the morning ready to charge, not mad at me. Because you mad at me, and all you thinking about is why you mad at me. And you ain't gonna do nothing because you mad at me. I can't stand him. All you thinking about is all the reasons why you can't stand me. I need you thinking about how you're going to put some business on the book. So let me control what I control. Let me apologize. I messed up. No, that's what we need to do. Because it ain't about always you being right. It's about I want to override you until I die and you die. And then I want my kids to override your kids. This is what we're here for, so I can't be arguing with you about stuff. And most of the stuff that we're arguing about don't mean nothing. Does that make sense? So we got to get that together. So choose your battles. Number 5, promote them too soon. Not too late. We always thinking about overriding, we ain't overriding nothing. Right? Sometimes you got to, sometimes you got to identify and know when it comes to your RVP and say, listen, they didn't do the 3x3, but man, they got 2 recruits and they did 4 sales. Let's go, can we get them the district? Because they're sitting there now and you didn't promote them, they start getting salty. They know they ain't make the 3 recruits, but they did 4 sales. It's better to promote them too soon rather than too late. If you promote them too late, then they don't do nothing. And yes, they still at 25 and you at 50 or you at 60. You at 70 and they at 25. Yes, you got a bigger spread. But what you spread on? See, sometimes we get confused. You think, oh man, they at 25%, I'm at 70%, and you think that you got a whole bunch of spread in between them, but they ain't turning nothing in. Why is you bragging because they at 25 still and you at 70? You ain't getting nothing now. You might as well have a conversation to see if we can go and get this person to 50, because if they get excited about the 50, you're going to override it by 20. You ain't overriding by 45 no more, just 20. But you getting 45% of nothing. See, sometimes it's just those little simple things. I want you turned on. I want you excited. I would take 20% of that $600 app, then 45% of no apps. You got to promote them too soon, not too late. You got to keep them positive thinking. Oh, no, they didn't earn it. Listen, really, if we trace it back, you probably didn't either. No, it's a true song, but most people don't earn their promotion. I hope y'all understand that. Most people didn't earn the promotion. They didn't. But the upline understands promote them too soon rather than too late. See, what most of our team members do, we have run 100,000 base shot, most of them not because they want to be an RVP. We promoted them too late. They gone. If we gave them RVP contract, I don't know if they would have worked out with them, but we had a shot for them to be around another year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I don't know, but I didn't get a chance to even find out. Promote them too soon. Never too late. Right? And I know this don't be feeling good. I know you want your little override, but what are you overriding? They mad at you. What are you overriding? They're upset with you. When the last time the person that you ain't promoted turned in something? When the last time they brought a new recruit in so you can field train? Because you tell them they can't field train yet. Who field train anything as a result of that now? Because you stopped them. You told them they can't field train. I heard some people say that you can't field train yet. Why can't they? They licensed. They want to. They ain't ready. I know they ain't ready. How they gonna get ready though? Some stuff is called the job training. Because you hold them telling them that they can't. Are they excited about you? Man, go out there and field train somebody. Go ahead. Slop it up. If it's a stud, I'm going to try to jump in and try to get me some appointments with the stud to kind of save them. But if you stop that person that brought somebody good in and tell them, no, I'm taking this person, you can't field train them, you can't field train. You tell a grown person what they can't do. They join this so they can have their own business. You get them into a start treating it like they're in daycare. And they start despising you. And they start thinking what they should be thinking, that you want them to bring people so you can train and take sales. So now you stop the person that was excited about bringing people to you. Because you telling them what they can't do. No, let's figure out how we can do it. How about I go on appointments with you and the new recruit. You do all the talking. I'll take notes and we'll see how to get you better. But let them go ahead and turn to be a field trainer. Let them, all they want is to sell anyway. All they want is to train to sell. You understand that? They want the trainer. Let them go, let them talk, let them get the trainer sale. Or not get the trainer sale. You just don't take notes. Don't jump in, don't save the sale. Don't tell them what they can't do. Give them a plan on how they can do it. And sometimes they come around and say like, Darla, I ain't ready to field train yet. The Darla already knew that. But when you tell people something they can't have, they want it more. When you tell her, and so she started crying. And when she cried, there was some black stuff on her face. I was like, this girl got no eyeliner. I was devastated. I was sitting around like, she already crying. I guess I can't fuss about the eyeliner now. But she let the black stuff start coming down. Whatever. I'm like, why you getting more of that? I didn't say nothing. But then so I say, you know, Raheem wear makeup. She said, yeah, she be having on the eyeliner and a little lip gloss. Just make her lips shiny. She said, but you gotta let her do some of this stuff. Because if you don't let her do it, she ain't gonna do nothing but sneaker doing it. When she get into the mode, she feel like she gotta sneaker do everything. That start escalating to something you ain't gonna really want.
Right.
She said, so let her go and wear a little eyeliner, a little lip gloss. I said, but she has about slowing too. She said, well, you ain't gonna slow her down on that part, but you gotta give them some grace to go do something. Show them, figure out a way how they can do it. Not tell them what they can't do. I had one of my agents call me the other day, and I thank God for the ones that want to be coached. Don't you know those 120 that want to be coached? See, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the student is ready, he called me and said, listen, I want you to tell me what you were doing in this situation. And he was talking about a situation with field training, and he didn't feel like the people was ready yet, and they was going to go out with their new recruit, and he said, what should I do? You know, I said, let them go. Let them go. I said, now, they really just want the training set. It ain't that they're excited about field training. They don't want the work, they want the pay. Right. So don't mix up their message. What they trying to tell you is if a sale is done, and I'm at a 50% contract and it's a $600 premium, I'm going to make $300. That's all they're telling you is I want to get the $300. They're not telling you I want to go teach them how to be a trainer. So cut the crap and understand the language. Understand the words that's coming out of their mouth. They want to get paid. I said, so here's what you do. You think they ain't ready. Okay. Don't argue about that. Great. Let them go. Now, here's the decision that you got to make. You got to decide if you're going to go with them and just take a 20% override, or you're not going to go and you might get nothing because they ain't ready like you said. That's the only choice you got to make. Let them go so they can see they ain't ready, or you go with them and take 20% and let them take the whole 50% sale because they brought the new recruit anyway. You got theirs. You got theirs. They want to get somebody's. So your only choice is do you want 20% of something or 100% of nothing? And he chose to get 20% of something. So he went to the appointment with them. They closed the deal. $800 in premium. He made $200 that he wouldn't have made. And the new recruit made they $300. So everybody walked away happy. And the new recruit said, hey, I got somebody else on my job. They was thinking about getting in the business. I'm going to go talk to them tonight. See, they was excited. They felt good. People don't remember all the instructions that you give. They remember how you make them feel. And they all felt good last night, which turns us into more what? Opportunities. Does that make sense? Promote them too fast. Figure out how you can help get them there. Don't tell people what they can't do. Figure out how y'all can get it done. Because I ain't making no decisions. Because, see, really, when we tell people we don't want to field train, sometimes, if we're being honest, sometimes it is because we can get the sale. Sometimes it is about that. See, I heard a guy say, whatever lie you're living, he said, you need to write them down on a piece of paper. Because everybody lives a lie. Y'all understand that, right? No, we don't like to say that. Everybody live a lie. Write down whatever lies you're living. Write them down so at least you know that's your lie. And you got to decide if you're going to correct the lie or not, but everybody living a lie. Pretentious. Ulterior motives. Those are the lies that we live. So even in your business, you gotta say, yeah, I did just want to go on that appointment so I can get the sale. It wasn't really about this person ain't ready. I want to get the sale. You want the whole sale. You know what I'm saying? You want the whole thing. You want the whole thing. Deliverance comes with acceptance. You gotta accept where you are. And you gotta, it ain't easy to just to change. You understand that, right? It ain't easy to change. But we gotta at least start facing the reality of where we are. That's we may not ever fix some of the stuff about us. I don't think I'm ever fix everything about me, but I'm starting to accept where I miss it. I start accepting where I miss it, then I got a shot to change it. Does that make sense? So we gotta write down all the lives that you live in and work on. Yeah, that's true. Very seriously. I'm on this self-help movement lately in my life. All right. Number 6, understand personalities.
Don't wrestle over money that won't change your life long term.
Don't wrestle over money that won't change your life long term. You got to understand personalities of people. People are different. Queen respond different than Angie. Dola respond differently than Queen. People are different. You love them all the same, but you don't treat them all the same. See, the certain things that Sylvia won't trip off of, man, Danina will cut my throat over. But I got to know who I'm working with, who I'm talking to. I was talking to one of my top leaders the other day, and they were saying some stuff that made all the sense in the world, but they wanted that to make sense to the person that they were trying to make it make sense to. No. Whatever makes sense to them is what makes sense to them. And if you're going to build a team, the majority of your conversation, the majority of your coaching has to be based on the sense that they've already came up with. You gotta mold yourself today, but way of thinking, not always them mold themselves to your way of thinking. And whenever they do come around to your way of thinking, you gotta make it feel like it was their idea, not your idea. Does that make sense? So we wrestling about money, we wrestling about training. So I ain't finna be arguing with you about if I'm finna get my first 3 training sales. Now I know I'm supposed to get them. I know I'm supposed to get the first 3 training sales. But if me getting your first 3 training sales is gonna cause you to quit, what did I win at? I didn't win. So you feel like you need to get the first 3 training sales, bless God. Let me help you get your first 3 training sales. Because that's all you're thinking about. Let me help you get these first 3. Because if I can get you the 50% contract, if I can get you to district lead, if I can help you become a field trainer, I ain't worried about no $1,000 I would have made on them 3 sales. That is so short-term thinking. I ain't gonna go promote that. I ain't gonna take your training sales because I'm gonna take them. But if I see you resistant, if I see we ain't gonna get on no appointments, because you don't want to give up your first 3, man, let me get you them 3 sales to you as quick as I possibly can. Because I already know if you make some money, you believe more. I can't get caught up in this $1,000 that I might have made. I gotta get caught up in that, man. If you just get this thing and you become a field trainer, I'll override you by at least $1,000 a month for starters. What do you want long term? So I can't be wrestling about money. Some people it matter to, some people it don't. Some people gonna happily give you the first 3. Some not. Some gonna not like you because of the 3 training sales. They not gonna like you. So the point is, do I want a bunch of people on my team that don't like me? No, I want y'all to love me. I want y'all to feel good about our experiences together. I want y'all to feel like that we can take over the world. Whenever you wake up in the morning, I want us to sing happy songs. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. That's how we want to do. Man, my daughter, she's 3 years old. She wake up like her daddy every morning, happy and singing, and the world is perfect, and she don't even understand. You just peed on yourself. What is that to be excited about? I pee. She just sing a song about peeing on herself.
Somebody else gonna clean it.
Yeah, exactly. So you want your babies, your recruits waking up, they peed all over themselves. But they happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Charles used to wear this pin.
I choose happy.
I choose happy.
Oh, yeah, I got
I used to run that around all the time because you get to choose and you want your new recruits feeling good about you. Don't be arguing about stupid stuff for short-term gratification. You got the train to sell, but you lost the recruit. So what's going to happen to those sales anyhow?
Charge back.
They gonna charge back or something. You ain't got their assistant to help you even keep your consistency up. So we gotta understand what this is about. Right now, every now and then you're gonna have to correct some people. I'm not telling you that this don't ever check them. Every now and then you gotta correct them, not check them. That's the difference. Because you make grown people feel like you checking them. Again, they despise you. You can't be checking people. Them ain't your kids. You don't check grown adults. You don't check them. You have a conversation. And in the conversation, you got to help them understand that you got their best interest at heart. So you use words like, have you considered this? Or felt, found, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Here's what I found out. But you so quick, you just want to respond, say something, get them together. No, hold on. You want to override them. That's what you want to do. You want to override them. That's all I'm saying. Now, man, I got a recruit that I consider my friend now. We've been together for a couple years. We are friends. We are family now. But my mindset is I want to override you forever. Yes, I've grown to love you. I've grown to accept you as my friend. I've grown to accept you as your family. But from the day you walked through the door, my intention was to override you forever. And I can't ever lose perspective of that. I can't never lose sight of that. So am I going to have a better chance at overriding you when we cool or when you despise me? Cool. When we cool, I want you waking up excited about primary. I don't want to be one of the things that clog up your brain. Because some people got wives. Wives do a good job of clogging up brains. You understand what I'm saying? They do a good job of that. They don't need no help. I know y'all think it's the husband, but it's the wife. Except mine. My wife, you know.
The bomb.
She the bomb. You know, she do everything I need her to do, even at night. Yeah, she's perfect. See, I know how to get my bread buttered. So my point is, people face enough adversity already just dealing with their regular life. Why would you, as the upline, add something to that? I want to help you diffuse your problems. I'm like, you be always on the phone talking to these people and trying to motivate them. I said, yes, this is our future. If we can get them thinking right, if we can get them acting right, man, I want them, when they leave their doorstep, I want them to feel good. And I told her, I said, you know what George spent the most of his time with me doing? Getting me to think right. Getting me to believe right. Check me, not really check, but he correct me. He don't agree with my foolery. He correct me when I be thinking wrong. And he be saving me, because I be ready sometimes, y'all about to see the old Ronnell. And I call him though, because I be seeing someone inside of me be wanting to get it together. He just helped the right. We got to do that because listen, if I go make one bad decision, how could that impact George's business? Tremendously. He understands that. So part of his job is to keep my mind right. Part of your job is to keep your recruit's mind right. You can't contribute to nothing that's going to cause their mind to be wrong. You can definitely not contribute to that portion. They got enough of that. Right. You got to keep them right. You got to keep them positive. You got to keep them excited. Man, they got to be able to come to you. Right? It's a privilege to be in a position where people seek you out to help them for direction. That is a privilege. It's something about you that God put aside. You, they saying, help me. It ain't just your primary ability. It be their life, their family, their marriage. They asking you to help. You've been positioned. And that's what your job is to do. Your job is to help make them whole. That's you're going to override them. Your kids going to override them. You understand? Your kids going to override them. You got to keep them in the game. That's what this is about more than anything else. It ain't about how good you teach, how good you preach. You got to keep people in the game. All right. That make sense? Point number 7.
Embrace and celebrate recruits' independence. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice.
We just talked about it. You got to embrace and celebrate their independence. They want to go on appointments by themselves. Celebrate that. Celebrate it. Man, I'm so proud of you. Call me when you leave out. Right? Celebrate them wanting to be independent, man. They want to come and do the op meeting. They want to be the greeter. They want to talk. Whatever they want to do, man, celebrate that. You developing leaders. And you can't have leaders if all you want them to do is follow you so you can look great. No, you got to position them. Does that make sense? You got to celebrate, man, whatever they want to do, whatever they mind. Don't shoot their thoughts and their ideas down, their creativity, even though it's going to may result in some crazy crap. Just celebrate it sometimes. Don't always keep telling them, no, that ain't no good idea. Man, that's an awesome idea. And then the way you teach them is you say, have you ever thought about adding this to it? So you stirring the ship around, but you didn't take away what what they came up with. You celebrate what they came up with, and then you give them some advice around it. George always be trying to trick me. He say the same thing. He say, you already know this. That's how he started out. He said, I know you already know this. And then he educated me. After he told me I already know. So he made me feel good that I was smart. But he really helped me to consider some things that I wasn't thinking about when I was going to do what I was going to do. But he empowered me. He didn't make me feel like, man, as soon as I was excited about something, you come and rip it down. He didn't make me feel that way. He celebrated what I was saying, then he challenged my thought process without me even knowing he was challenging my thought process. Does that make sense? Because all I need you to do is to stay around. I need you to stay in the game. I want to override you for how long?
Forever.
Forever. When I die, I need my kids to override you. When they die, I need their kids to override your kids. But if I abort the process early because we in confrontation and I'm trying to hold you back and I don't want you to go out there and be independent and I don't want you to go try to do this, go do whatever you want to go do. I want you to feel good about it. See, what happened is if you don't let them do stuff because they just end up doing it and they can't even get your coaching now. That's all you did is you eliminated yourself from being able to coach them through what they want to do. They still gonna do. They gonna do what they want to do. I had one of my Kansas City agents text me this morning. He told me all the stuff that he was gonna do, and if he let me know he gonna do this. Like this week, letting me know. Don't get in the way. Don't you try to correct this. This is all the stuff I'm gonna do. And he said, I just thank you in advance for your support. That's what he told me. And I just text back, hey man, thanks, I'm proud of you. Go get him, Tiger. Because he thought he presented, I don't want to hear nothing about this, what I'm going to do. Listen, I got 100, no, we probably, through our hierarchy, probably 200 codes through our hierarchy. If all 200 thought like that, oh my God, we'd be awesome. Let them mess up. Make sense? Well, on point number what?
7.
7, I just did 7, right?
Right.
So 8 says, take time out for one-on-ones. That's key. Yeah, one thing I got to get back to is how we built our business. Like everybody, we used to have them come in one-on-one. They used to meet me at the office, and we would role play. I would have them doing the presentation. I would correct them. I would one-on-one, listening to their tonality, listening to how they recruit, how they sold the dream. But it was one-on-one. It wasn't in a setting like this, where it's a bunch of people where I couldn't pay that individual any attention. Does that make sense? So you got to take time out to get them some one-on-one, so they know that, hey, listen, they feel special. I had a guy call me on Thanksgiving. He said, man, I know you sent me that video on how to do the presentation. He said, but man, I need me and you to be sitting across the table from each other. I thought that the video is good, but I want to do the presentation on you. I want you to tell me where you think I did good, where you think I did bad. He said the video wasn't enough. Because all he knew on the video is how I did it. But I never got a chance to see how he do it. Because he's going to try to emulate me to the most of his ability. But you know, he's not going to be able to really emulate me. So I said, I need you to take the time and find the way that I do it and show me how I can do it better. So you got to take time out with your people, not just at the kitchen table, because you know the kitchen table performance goes so fast. They don't know what all just happened. They don't know why you said this. They don't know why you talk like that. They don't know none of that stuff. But one-on-one, y'all get a chance to go through that. So you got to have time with the people that you want to build and develop as a field trainer, where you go one-on-one with them and y'all sit down and y'all go over some things. You got to gap out. You got to set an appointment with your people for just them. Right. All your appointments shouldn't be who they going to take you to go see. How y'all going to close some business? Because you're never going to develop a field trainer when everything you do is centered around getting a sale. Does that make sense? So when you set time with them, when do they meet with you when there ain't another appointment attached to it? Right. So we got to give them an hour. You make even when you got your people when they first go get licensed, I recommend you give them an hour a week. They just got licensed. They just got coded. You want you a field trainer. Give them an hour a week with you. Work with them on concept. Work with them on closing. Work with them on overcoming objections. Work with them on how to recruit. Work with them on how to sell a dream. Listen to them do it. Don't always be the one talking. Let them talk. You take notes. Before you correct them, celebrate them. Man, you did great on this. You did great on this. Now, here's one thing I want you to consider. And then you show them where they can improve, and then you have to do it over and over again. But you get about an hour a week. When they first go get their license, I think if we take an hour a week with them, set an appointment where y'all gap out an hour. Don't do it during prime time. Right? They say, hey, listen, why don't you set your first appointment at 5, and we'll get together at 4. So you get with them at 4, y'all go on appointments at 5, but you got an hour to work with them. I would say do it once a week. All right, point number 9. Follow the system for the kitchen table. Follow the system for the kitchen table. There's a system for the kitchen table, right? When it comes to field training, becoming one or developing one. And what we're saying is by the 6th appointment, they should be doing the first page of the presentation. Right? You want to get them to start learning how to do the form. Family, occupation, recreation, insert themselves. You got to follow systems. If I want you independent, I got to have a plan for you to become independent. So what's your plan? Do you follow a plan to get them independent, or are you just going to get in field training sales with them? See, I know what I want this to look like. I know by the 6th appointment that I want you talking. I know by the 7th appointment I need you talking more. By the 3rd appointment, even more. By the time you get to that 6th appointment, I want you to be able to start moving towards that dime and closing. But if all I'm doing is running you out on appointments and getting training sales, I never had a goal for you to become independent. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right, if I'm going to build a house, I know the time frame in which I want the house to be built. So there are certain things that has to happen along the way. When I pour the concrete, when I set the foundation, when I put up the whatever sticks is that they do to frame it in. Boards, what they call the 2x4s, all that crap. Drywall it. We got a plan, right? We got a blueprint. What's your blueprint to get somebody independent? When do they start talking? When do you let them go all the way through the dime? When do you let them go all the way through the close? When do they start interjecting the recruiting side of things? When? What's the timeline? See, I say about appointment number 6, they doing the first page. Appointment number 7, they doing the first and second one. Appointment number 8, first, second, third. So I'm integrating them into it. So every time we go, they go the next step further. Every appointment, they go the next step further. And sometimes you got to watch them miss a sale. I know you don't like that. Sometimes you got to watch them miss the sale. You can't jump in. I know everything in you want to jump in. It kills me. I'm sitting there listening to them screw it all up. I seen them miss the buying signal. I seen them not go for the kill when they should. I'm sitting there watching this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, everything in me want to jump over that table. But I already did that on appointment 6 through 12. See, appointment 1 through 6, they watch me. 6 through 12, I watch them and jump in. 13 through 18, I gotta let them miss 1 or 2. Because I can't keep jumping in because they will always have dependence on me. They never knew that they could do it. All they know is that I can do it. We both knew that before we started. So 1 through 6, you do the talking. 7 through 12, they talk and you what? Jump in. 13 through 18, they talk. You don't jump in. Don't jump in. They on the 13th appointment with you. Y'all ever seen something like when y'all start trying to do something and rehearse something, and then you mess up and you're like, oh man, I missed that, and you go back. Y'all ever did that, doing stuff like that? You see where you missed it. That's what'll happen if you just shut up. They start realizing why they messed up. Well, hold on, I messed up. Let me start over. Nobody don't start over. Just keep going where you was at. But I gotta tolerate that moment. I can't be jumping in. Tolerate that moment. Because now when we get through 19 through 20, he been ready to go kill this thing. But I have to trust the process. Those that are supposed to get insurance gonna get insurance. Those that are supposed to join the business gonna join the business. If not now, later. They sharpen their axe. They stay in the game long enough. Does this make sense to anybody? So let them go ahead and do it. But the day's got to be over where it's 30, 45 days later and you still on appointments with people. No, call me for the big fish. Call me for the big fish. Right? So follow that process. Number 10. You got to make sure they're making money. You got to make sure they're making money. They don't know how to make money. You got to make sure they're making money. And one of the ways you got to make sure they're making money is you got to make sure that they're following the whole system. The kitchen table system, right? I did the link. You all should be going back and revisiting that. Doing the presentation effectively. Incorporating the beneficiary rollovers. If you just go commit to doing that part, your crew's going to make money. Outside of beneficiary rollover appointments, you want to make sure also that they put them on the phone for the auto home insurance quote. You got to make sure that they call them vivid. You got to position the people so they can make money. Right, internal consumption. And then also, once you get them, when you got them doing all of that, right? The first 3 sales, see, here's the problem. After we get our first 3 training sales, y'all know some of the recruits, they be charting that stuff. They be charting it. You got your resources, you know. These mines after this, right? These mines after this, y'all know that, right? They chart that, they count all of them. Yep. So after 3 training sessions, I know you charge it. I want you to charge it. Because I got the same interest that you got. It's for you to make money. But then also I'm going to use that for me to help you to hurry up and get licensed. Does that make sense? But also then when they license, I got to understand. If I'm going to develop a field trainer, I ain't developed nobody to be a field trainer because I went on 3 training appointments with them. I ain't developed nobody. But see, the truth be told is we get disinterested after about 6 closes because we ain't going to get paid like that no more. But that's short-term thinking. It's short-term thinking. You trying to go build a field trainer to pay you forever. George don't pay me on mine. They pay me. See, if you don't pay the people, they ain't standing around. You talking about they quit because you ain't pay them.
That's right.
You didn't get them paid. You got to get them paid. So after I got my 3, that paid me. That's my cost. My cost is 3. If you're a district leader and